What's going on, everybody? So I'm sorry that I'm doing this video off my phone and not normally the way that we usually used to do it, which is on my PC where I screen record so you guys can read everything I'm reading to you guys. I'm going back to the old style of how I used when I first started up this channel just for this video. I'm getting ready to start stripping down my PC and cleaning it up. It's running really slow, can't figure it out. Again, I'm just going to do some diagnostics on it and hopefully I can get it taken care of. But anyways, I want to bring an article out to you guys, and this is talking mainly about some of the stuff that we've talked about before in the past within Russia and the United States, and now that there's new sanctions that was signed into law yesterday. Just want to give you guys like a little backdrop on some of you guys who don't understand the whole concept, or even why, or pretty much. So anyways, you guys kind of have to understand how Donald Trump looked at this sanction bill that they were trying to pass. If he signed it, it would definitely hinder relationships between United States and Russia. But if he didn't sign it, you can guarantee that the left and the Democratic Party would actually push that as a factual fact to him being a Russian agent. And again, they've been trying to pin him to it, investigations and all that, and they can't find nothing. They go off to Donald Trump Jr. and try to pin the relationship off of them, still can't find nothing. So I mean, this would be a fact that they would try to push, proving their whole whacked out story. Again, you guys know me, I voted Trump. But I also, I'm a realist. I see it how I see it. Okay, my opinions are based on my facts. If I feel like Donald Trump's doing something wrong in my life, in my truth, I'd stand up for it. So far, everything that everyone's been fighting, if you guys follow my channel, recently with the transgender going into the military, and then they wanted to complain about why does the military spend so much money on Viagra, and I pretty much reasoning, I said in my video that I understand where you're coming from, but here's the facts. Facts are facts. You can't debate, argue. You could probably try to come up with some bullshit story or some excuse for it, but also at the same time, whenever people's trying to debate me, I ask for the facts. Show me your facts. I mean, when I come to a debate or even a discussion, I know what I'm talking about here. I do my research. Okay, instead of just listening to something I read off of social media or off the TV. I come here and I pull multiple sources and I know my facts. So when you want to debate me on something, come with some facts. I do most of my debating on Periscope, and it's an open debate. Anyone can come in, they can talk whatever they want. And I'll be honest with you guys, if there's something within my Periscope, within our debate that I don't know nothing about, I will tell you guys straight up. Honestly, I'm not too educated on this subject. Alright, let me go back, get my facts. I can't just come into a debate and tell people the way that I think is the right way. Even if there's not facts. You can come and debate all day you want, but facts are facts. Alright, so when someone asks you, well, where's your facts to back that theory up? Provide them. It's that simple. Provide them. Have some ground to stand on when you're debating a subject. Okay, again, I've made plenty of videos talking about this kind of stuff. I went on Periscope plenty of times and debated a bunch of people. Periscope's an open discussion. People from around the world can just click on my live scope, and next they're looking at me like you guys are, and they're chatting in the box. So I can read in real time what they want to know. And then next we get in a debate. So again, like I said, just show the facts, just like we always do. We're having a very hard time within society nowadays with misdeception, lies. People don't know how to look for the facts and sort the truth out themselves. It's all here. Half of society would start getting along if we actually knew the truth and actually started learning how to find the truth. So anyways, let's get into this video. This is again about the Russian sanctions that United States has passed, with me saying if Trump signed it, which he did, it would cause problems within the Russian and American new relationship that they found, And that started off when Donald Trump met with Vladimir Putin for the very first time at the G2 summit, and they had an amazing meeting. It was starting to really believe that Russia and America was going to start working together. And then this new bill that in Congress that they want to sign is putting more sanctions on Russia, more sanctions on Iran, and more sanctions on North Korea. I mean, go figure with that one. But also Iran's starting to become into the picture now because, Donald Trump has always said that the nuclear deal that America made to Iran a couple years ago was a bad deal. And he firmly believes that. So he's wanting to really push that. But the Democrats and the Congress really want Trump to do, this sanction. If he signs it, it's going to, really test the relationship between America and Russia. If he doesn't sign it, it's going to cause more of a shitstorm, excuse my French, within America for the people that truly do believe that Trump has ties. They would use that as in like, see, Donald Trump's not signing it because he's protecting Putin and Russia, and he's an agent, and just all that rhetoric. So anyways, this comes from RT News, and it's labeled U.S.-Russia relationships at an all-time and dangerous low. Thanks, Congress. And that was from Trump. Donald Trump, he actually came out earlier this morning on Twitter, and he tweeted, give me 1 second, let me get to it. Again, like I said, my PC is running really slow. Our relationship with Russia is at an all-time and very dangerous low. You can thank Congress, the same people that can't give us health care. Now, I will say this, I haven't really followed the whole healthcare debate. I mean, do I agree everyone should have healthcare? Absolutely. But I haven't followed into it. I know that, McCain he made a big, something big happen with McCain within it. A lot of back and forth between that, and Congress keeps shooting it down. Again, I don't know enough to talk about it. So, again, I don't have the facts. I won't tell you my opinions on it. But, however, Congress really trying to create that split between U.S. and Russia. There's a lot of people that's considering this Cold War, Part 2. Okay, so on Wednesday, the U.S. president put his signature to legislation opposing additional sanctions with Russia, Iran, and North Korea, and limiting his own ability to ease those restrictions without approval from Congress. So basically, after Donald Trump signed this, he's not allowed to lift any of these sanctions without Congress's permission. And a lot of you guys are asking, well, why would Donald Trump do that? And quite frankly, I mean, I asked myself that too. I don't think Donald Trump, they've ran investigations within Trump and Trump Jr. trying to tie Russia, and they can't find nothing. They just simply cannot find nothing. So, Donald Trump, I think the real reason why he signed this was to show his unity with America, his solidarity. And again, it's going to make relationships a lot harder between America and Russia, but he's trying to appease the American people because the problem with America nowadays, we're not unified. We are split in so many different groups. LGBT, Black Lives Matter, White Lives Matter, Patriots, Democrats, Republicans. We are split into so many different factions, and he's trying to unify us all again, what we used to be. Society within America has changed tremendously within the last 2 years. Think about it. I remember living 5 years ago, and I remember 10 years ago. Just within the last 2 years, it's gone crazy. Trump said that he had a green-lit and unwanted act for the sake of national unity, despite the legislation being seriously flawed and having clearly unconstitutional provisions. Again, like I said, he did it just to unify the country, to show the people that he has no ties with Russia. Earlier, both chambers of the U.S. Congress voted the veto-proof majorities of the bill to approve the bill seeking to punish Russia over a host of issues, including its support for Syria, for the Syrian government. Again, look at everything that's been happening. I brought up what was going on in Syria, talking about how the United States actually wanted to. They were over there, And you guys can't say that this was Donald Trump, because this was an operation that started with Barack Obama, that America was over there to, in fact, do a regime change. But we was trying to use the Kurds, pro-Syrian or anti-Syrian government militia groups. Right there, you remember me bringing out to you guys that we had that massive base, on the border of Jordan and Iraq in Al Tanif, and we was training soldiers over there. I brought all this stuff out. So take all that information that I told you guys from before and apply it to this. Russia's over there helping al-Assad stay in power. So we're going to slap sanctions on them because of that. The sanctions target a wide array of entities and individuals, including Russia's energy sector, banks, weapons manufacturers, as well as those who the U.S. has accused of interfering with the presidential election through hacking and otherwise. So I want to know, what otherwise are they talking about? Because all I hear is hacking. They hacked the elections. They hacked, the DNC and the RNC. But the RNC's information didn't get leaked out, because I remember Donald Trump saying we just have a better system. And they were also making fun of Hillary at that time because the DNC got hacked. And it was at the same time that she was dealing with her 30,000 emails. Think about it. And again, like I said, if you guys watched my video last night talking, I know there's a subject that we really haven't gotten into on my channel, and that's Ukraine. I talked a little bit about it last night, but I haven't really discussed it a whole lot on my channel. So a lot of you guys that subscribe to me and do watch my videos every time I upload one, you may not be 100% familiar with it. You can go check it out. There's facts out there. Even if you guys want, I'll make a video getting into the whole Ukraine problem and whatnot. But Ukraine is now buying 100% American coal. So again, we're putting sanctions on Russia's energy sector. Think about it. Alright, so let's hop further in. This article is not very long. My computer's just running really slow. So following the signing, Russian Prime Minister Dmitry Medvedev said that Washington's move has signaled the beginning of a full-fledged economic war on Russia. The news on sanctions has shattered hopes for improving our relations with the U.S. administration, Medvedev tweeted, adding that Trump team has shown its total weakness by handling an executive power to Congress in the most humiliating way. The U.S. sanctions won't be left without answer from Moscow and other capitals affected by the restrictions, Dmitry Peskov from the Kremlin press secretary said on Thursday. And this is what he said. We generally consider such sanctions policy short-sighted, illegal, and have no prospect. The countries which have faced such lawlessness intend to defend and will defend their interests, and everybody should perceive this without equivocation, he stressed. So again, we got the sanctions that's being pushed, again, on Russia. They're saying that's an economic war, again, because, if you guys go back into the Ukraine crisis, we took energy, Ukraine used to buy their energy sources from Russia. And now they buy them from the United States. And then with everything that you guys paid attention to in Syria, what's going on in North Korea, this is just, my opinion. I seriously don't think, and I know I'm not the only one, this Russian sanctions that they're putting on is just adding more fuel to the fire. The whole, if you want to call it the deep state, the shadow government, the New World Order agenda, is really trying to push this, and that's why everyone is such in a, Donald Trump came out of the woodworks and threw a wrench right through their plans. Everyone wants to talk about Donald Trump and Syria being over there, and Donald Trump. You guys gotta think. Remember our history. Remember the past. It's not just what's happening here in the moment. You gotta remember what happened months ago to get to this point. Alright, I think that's the problem with society now. Is we're all wrapped up in this moment, in our feelings. We don't think of the future. We don't think about the choices that we're making today. In the future is going to have consequences on my children when they grow up, on their children, your grandchildren. You guys got to think. You guys got to stop thinking for the moment and think what's better for the future. Because if we keep going the way that we are going, we're not going to have a very good future. Or at least everything that you guys grew up to love will be different. Completely 100% different. And I'm not talking, apocalyptic war, but, New World Order. You definitely have militarized police. You guys think it's bad now. That's going to be 24/7. Look at society in some futuristic movies. And I'm not talking about Back to the Future. So just, again, guys, keep an open mind when you guys start hearing about this. And you guys are listening to the news or reading something on Facebook or Twitter. I've said before, not only is CNN and ABC and all of them a propaganda machine, but it's social media itself. Facebook's one of the biggest social media propaganda machines on the internet today. And again, that's my opinion. With all the false news, false narratives, people are believing bullshit stories that they don't even know how to understand. Again, guys, just try to keep an open mind when you guys are looking at this stuff, okay? There's a lot more that happened in the past that brought us to this point. There's a lot more that can happen in the future that would change the scope of America. Alright, so, guys, be safe. Alright, I'll see you guys later.